Hey, good morning, everybody. Happy New Year. Thank you for joining us. This is the first show of 2018, episode 24. It's January 7th. Of course, it's your boy Juice.
Adolph, a.k.a. Young Jimmy J.
Young Jimmy J in the house. Manny's out today. He probably will be out next week, but he's out for very valid reasons. And Manny, go get that money, bro.
Right, getting that OT.
Getting that OT money. Can't blame him for that.
Yes, sir.
So we got a good show for you in store. We are going to talk about the bowl games that happened last week that we didn't get to talk about. Also going to talk about some headlines in the NFL. A lot of big shakeups, a lot of news going on.
Yeah, coaching changes, wild card weekends, a lot of things going
Everything going on. And then we'll preview what the games are coming up this afternoon. So stay tuned. Of course, we won't forget about the what's happening. Again, good show. Stay tuned. Get ready. I need all these callers and chatters to get live. Wake up.
New year, new me.
There you go.
You're now tuned in to the Sports Cave on #Chimps.
All right, so welcome again to the Sports Cave, the official podcast of real fans. This show streams live on YouTube every Sunday morning. We aim for 9:30. Start your morning with us. We interact with our audience through chat. We do take phone calls while we're on the air. And if you can't make the live stream, the recorded version is available on YouTube, iTunes, Google Play Music on Monday mornings at 6 a.m. Before you even wake up, it's ready to go. We'd like you to subscribe to our community, and you can do that by visiting #champs.tv.
And also don't forget to check out our social media pages on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, at DaSportzCave. And you can always catch the live stream by going to DaSportzCave.live.
Live in vivo.
What's up, man? How you doing?
Good,
How's the
man.
New Year going so far?
So
How them
far, so
resolutions
good.
going, bro?
I was on vacation this last week. I didn't do anything.
Nice.
I don't know if going on vacations even it was more productive or less productive for me. I relaxed, but
was it like staycation?
it's staycation.
Already?
Didn't do anything. No lawn work. Grass ain't growing. So
That's a nice way to start the year.
yeah, man,
right?
not too bad. I had some dental work done, so my jaw's a little sore. Be all right.
No.
Never nothing gonna stop me from coming here.
That's what she said.
Hey,
Yep,
we woke up spicy this morning, bro.
Saucy. Yeah,
Saucy.
man. Before we get started, I just want to give a shout out to one of our viewers and her nephews. What's up, Laura, for watching in Daytona Beach.
Daytona
She
Beach,
wanted
what's
us
up?
to give a special shout out to Elijah and Matthew, who will be starting their Little League season in March. They're getting ready to go. They're listening to us out in Universal Studios. And
Hey.
our newest, youngest fans, they're play with Mariucci Elite in 9 and 10 ages in Dallas. And good luck to them. I hope they have a good season. Thank you for watching. Young men, keep up the great
Yeah.
work. And we'd like
Good
to see
luck.
some pictures and see how y'all do stuff. So I just
You
want to
said
say what's up to them.
Mariucci Elite?
Mariucci.
Yeah.
Have you heard of that?
Yeah, Cam Jones, Tori's son. He plays for Mariucci.
Are you serious?
I don't know if it's the
They
same
might be on the
team.
same
'Cause
team.
he-
So
well,
if y'all
he's-
know Cam, that's our little
Yeah,
dude.
if Cam's on y'all's team, that's our guy. That's our little
Awesome.
dude, man.
Yeah,
I
man.
was with him on New Year's Eve.
Awesome.
Him and his family.
You know, now that you say that, the team reminds about. I'm not sure how old Cam is though. He
Cam's
might
in
be
5th
the same-
grade.
So,
So
that's
he's
probably
like 10,
11-ish.
so he might be on the older team.
That's cool.
But it's in the same family,
It's
the
all
Mariucci
connected.
team. Yeah, man. That's-
Shout out to all little leaguers.
Yeah, shout out to everyone out there
getting
playing.
ready. You know, the holiday season's over. Now the new
Whew,
year.
holiday
Everybody's
season.
ready to get back in shape, and the spring is coming. You know what I mean? So
Yeah, these kids
it's
are
gonna be a good thing.
serious, especially these ball players.
Yeah, bro.
y'all. Good luck on all y'all season. I know y'all start ready. Y'all are ready now.
Yeah, way
I
more than us.
Yeah,
right?
man, these kids are already out there training. It's a lot different than we were young. We were young. It's like, hey, man, season starting, sign up, and then let's all get into the rhythm. But now they're
It's
year
all year
round,
Yeah,
man.
even football too. I've seen some of my boys that coach. Shout out to KT and his Wolverine team out there. They're in the Snoops League and they're national champs as well. So I mean, if you're gonna be a national champion, you're gonna be on that level. It's a year-round process.
Yeah, shout out to I got a shout out for the North Texas Ducks. That's Sally and Euro's son plays there. Bubba, he's man. It's a competitive league. They went out to the state finals and I think they lost to a San Antonio team, but it was
dope,
close,
though.
man. But
That's awesome, man.
they play. They don't play. They did another tournament. And then I think they're already doing training for the season coming up in spring. They do
That's
like
awesome.
flag too. So man, it's y'all kids, I condemn y'all, man.
For real, keep it up.
Y'all
and
do
parents
something,
too.
yeah.
Like it's not just the kids that go, the parents. It takes a lot of things. I mean, it takes a whole family.
It does,
aunts,
man.
uncles, whoever can take part in that. Do it. If you have the opportunity to give a ride to a kid or anything like that, or be able to just play some toss,
just something.
Some catch, anything like that. That makes a big difference to those
It is,
kids.
man. Having
That's
these kids do
awesome.
something is good.
It's awesome. I love to see and hear about them going and traveling and stuff like that. I never got a chance to do anything like that, so that's pretty awesome, man.
You know what Mom said? How much does the league cost? And how much does it cost for you to go play outside? Go play outside.
Right.
That's what we did.
I hear you, man.
We broke the light pole. I mean, that was our goal. We was out there trying to aim for it. I mean,
man.
But no street could come out and handle some basketball. That's a known fact. Don't let these big bodies fool you. We was handling folks on the streets.
What's up, Manny? Manny's watching. He's on the chat line.
Hey,
He said hello.
hello.
He's getting that money, man. He works from home, but he gets
paper.
OT.
That OT, boy.
It's kind of hard to feel bad for him for
cannot.
working so much from home. But if you got it,
you got it,
like
man.
That,
that's
then that's
a little salty over here on this. I get to work from home,
much respect
bro.
to you, bro. So definitely, that type of stuff comes first. We're always gonna be here. We can always make the show happen.
Yeah.
But let's talk about some sports, bro.
Man.
What are we getting into
First thing, let's talk about some college football.
Okay.
Last week, man, there was some games on, boy.
It was a classic game.
Boy,
last week.
I think that Oklahoma versus Georgia game should have been probably. I don't know if the final championship is going to hold up to that.
I don't think
it was
so
a
either.
good game, bro.
Mini game.
As much as I do despise Oklahoma, I can't hate on Baker Mayfield and his style of play.
Yeah, bro.
He's a little cocky. I get that. And if he was on any other team, I'd probably be rooting for him more. It's Oklahoma. But Oklahoma was out there scaring Georgia, bro. I always thought it was going to be a blowout. It was bad.
It was a good game, man. I mean, they gave him a good game. Oklahoma was a lot to handle.
Yeah.
The first half was big time Oklahoma. It was like, okay, this is a really good offense.
That's
Baker
what I thought,
Mayfield's a Heisman Trophy winner. This is what he does. And in my head, I was thinking the same thing. I was like, Baker is that dude. He's going to be able to be that Cam Newton, that Vince Young, those guys to be able to carry his team, rise up and take his team to that championship level. But Georgia Bulldogs, man,
their defense,
and a freshman quarterback, dude.
Yeah, bro.
He does not look like a true freshman. He was out there doing, remarkable things. And their run game, Chubb. We have to love Chubb.
We gotta like the Chubb life, baby.
We're Chubb Club, so that's definitely something. I mean, they got a two-headed monster out there in Georgia. Their defense is good, so.
Yeah, they woke up at second half. I guess they just made adjustments.
Up. Yeah, big time.
They weren't playing their game. I thought they were trying to, run away from the run game. They tried to change their team the way they were playing Oklahoma, but you kind of have to when Oklahoma just runs up there and they put points up like nothing, bro. It was too easy, too quick. Georgia had some players missing, suspended, but the SEC defense, all that talk about how the SEC is so strong on defense, that shouldn't have been. It should have been a low-scoring game. Yeah. I guess it was a shootout. We went the other way, and man, them boys just came back and running, awesome. And it was a classic.
Best game I've seen in a long time, man.
It makes you
with everything that they had on the line going for it.
It makes you appreciate college football just a little bit more because that game by far had been one of the best games I've seen all season, and that's including NFL and college. That was a classic. That was one to remember, man. To me, that's maybe on the level of watching Texas play USC.
Yeah, Reggie Bush.
Yeah, and Vince Young. That comeback, man. That was two overtimes. I can't hate on that. Dude, you had a block field goal.
Yeah, first overtime in playoff or modern playoff history. So that says a lot.
Yeah, man. Those two teams deserve to be up there. They're definitely 2 and 3. Definitely by far. It kind of goes on to the next one, which I don't think Alabama was hanging in there, and then they got in, and they're a good team. Don't get me wrong, they did good all year, but I don't think that caliber that Georgia and Oklahoma are playing on, I don't think that the other game would have handled it, and it didn't. It was 6-24.
Yeah,
it was a little more of a snooze fest.
Yeah, it was. It was a tighter game. It was a defensive game on both sides, and then in the second half, Alabama opened it up. They got some turnovers, and then that was it. Clemson wasn't going to be able to score on them. And Hurts, Alabama's quarterback, did what he does. He protected the ball, and they did their run game. I mean, he doesn't have to do a lot. They don't ask him to do a lot, but he was able to win. Yeah, he can't do a lot. His throws are just – he's over there trying to, throw everything at the same speed, hard as hell, throwing fastballs all the time. You can't do that all the time. You know what I mean? So, with all that said, though, I like Alabama's defense. Yeah. I think Alabama is going to win this game. I just personally feel that way. I like Georgia, but I think Saban and Bama are going to find a way to do it.
They're in it every year, bro. It's hard to, as much as we say that Alabama cried to get in and they did a lot of politicking, they're in every year. They had a good season all season long. I mean, they granted, if we get into this debate, I know we got it at work, their schedule wasn't very strong. But it's Alabama. I mean, these guys are cropped up. Once these guys leave, the next bunch is ready to go, and the freshmen coming in are just as raw.
They go straight to the pros.
Yeah,
and start.
Most of them. Yeah. So most of them. I can't hate on the program because they make winners. They get guys drafted. Like I said, once they leave, the next crop is coming up, and they're just as ready to go as anybody else. I mean, this program is great. I think it's going to be a good game, man.
It's going to be a really good game.
It should be a good game.
I want to see how Georgia's run offense does against Alabama's run defense because they shut down Clemson and see if they can be able to do that.
On the flip side, Georgia's defense is due. I mean, they started off slow, but they're good.
Yeah, Georgia's coach used to be the defensive coordinator for Bama, so they know each other. So that adds another element to it and more drama to it. Yeah. So I mean, Nick Saban's coaching tree is all over the NCAA everywhere. And the top teams. So, I mean, it's going to happen, but it's going to make it a lot more interesting. But when you look at Bama's defense, they look like a pro defense, maybe even bigger.
They do. Some big boys over there, bro.
You're looking at their secondary, and they're bigger than a lot of NFL secondaries.
And they got speed over there, man.
Man, it's crazy.
So, I just got it. Just because it's Alabama, I'm rooting for the Bulldogs. I did call it.
I'm tired of Bama, too.
Yeah, but it's going to be I'm expecting a very good game. It's going to be a lot of – I think it's going to be a chess match.
Yeah.
I don't think it's going to be a shootout. I just don't think with Alabama's quarterback and then a true freshman with Georgia playing against a top-notch defense that could probably take on some NFL teams, he won't have it that easy, but he's poised. So I think it'll be a run game. I think it's on both sides, and I think it's going to go the defense. Who's getting more turnovers?
Man, I can't wait. It's going to be good.
It's going to be a good game.
I love defense, so I'm going to love to watch that. And Manny makes a good point saying that Georgia's going to be early favorites for next year. They have a lot of good young players.
They do, man.
And they're, I mean, it's SEC. They're going to recycle things. And shout out to the SEC, too. A lot of people were saying it's a down year, that they didn't deserve to have people in there, and yada, yada. Everybody's caught up, and now look at it. You know what I mean? Two of the top last remaining teams are SEC teams. So.
Yeah, SEC is by far, no doubt, true contenders. They do play a different kind of ball. There's a lot defensive base. Big 12, I was happy that the Big 12 team came in there and just put up points on this SEC defense. But
they did good.
They came back.
Did good, man.
They came back and just possessions. They blocked field goal. I mean, who knows? If that wasn't blocked, they could have gone a whole different way. So, but yeah, man, they got it. A blocked field goal. You don't see that too often. Anywhere. So to see one in overtime.
And playmakers, bro.
Yeah, man. So that was good. So they do play tomorrow at 7:00. You can catch it on ESPN. I know I'm tuning in. There's no Monday Night Football game. This is a game to watch.
Yeah.
So
it's that rush home, get some food ready.
Yeah, this is gonna be a couch.
Yeah, you
every
have
year
to watch that game.
Every Monday, this is a good Monday. I watch I watch it every year, no matter who's in. But this one's one definitely have to tune in and watch. But before we move on, we just want to thank you again for watching and listening to the Sports Cave. It's only on #champs. And we also want to remind you can see any of our previous episodes by visiting vod.sportscave.live. vod.sportscave.live. So Saturday football, it's got us entertained on Monday. But now we're going to talk about some Sunday football, the big boys.
There's been a lot going on in the league, bro.
Man.
Like, a lot of changes. Unfortunately, not the big changes that we want over here in Dallas.
Not on our side.
Right.
Everyone else seems to have been on the right track, and let's make some adjustments for their team.
Yeah.
For some reason, we want to stay in that old mindset that I guess I don't know if they think if it's not broken, don't fix it, but it's broken.
Yeah,
the system's broken, man.
Yeah, it's just like one of those marriages that Jerry just doesn't want to.
He does it, man, and I don't know if necessarily that's the best for the team. He's always talking about he does what's best for the Cowboys. Well, hey, man, let the reins go a little bit, bro. You're not gonna control the team forever. We need some changes, and as much as you like your yes men, I think you need that wild gun in here that wants to do things their way and actually focus on the team.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, we can't get everything our way, but
we don't run the team, and you know who does.
Yeah.
And not much is changing, but let's just look at some of the changes that have gone on around the league. Coaches that have been fired. Chuck Pagano with the Colts.
Gone.
You know, he had his ups and downs. I know Andrew Luck was out for the season.
He may not even come back.
Yeah, he may not even come back. So that's a tough deal.
That's a tough deal, yeah.
He had a battle with cancer, a whole public deal. Like, he's been on the ropes a couple years.
And he came back and came back strong.
Yeah.
So he's free.
The Colts have a vacancy, definitely.
Yeah.
Jack Del Rio got fired, which opened the door for John Gruden.
Jack Del Rio's a good coach, though, man. Defensive wise, I think he's a good coach.
Offense. I think the frustration there in Oakland was having that offense and having all those weapons and not doing anything with it. Yeah, you have Crabtree, you have Cooper, beast mode, Carr. Like they were like the Cowboys. They were expected to be in the Super Bowl or at least in the hunt. Playoffs at least, but they weren't even there. So that opens the door for Chucky, for John Gruden.
Get him out the booth.
10 years. That's
and ownership.
A lot of money.
That's a lot of money for
ownership stake. Like he got paid big time. I mean, a lot of it. I mean, not only had to do with him coaching, but having to leave the booth and everything that he had going on with ESPN and what have you.
He's leaving some monies, and that's 10 years, man. That's a long time to invest in a coach. Now, granted. You have the argument he did good things, and then others say he piggybacked off of Dungy. I don't know, man. He I think he knows the game. I just don't know if I'd pay him that much, man. I don't know. I mean, I guess they really feel they could use him. And he's there before.
I hear you, man. So. And Jeff is asking, "What's up, Jeff from Straight Up?"
Hey, Jeff, what's up, man?
He's saying that he thinks that they did Del Rio dirty.
I think so.
I think so too, bro. They didn't give him a lot of time, considering everything. I know Carr was hurt for a little bit. He wasn't the same quarterback that he was last year.
Yeah.
I think so too. I think they could have given him a little bit more chance. Yeah,
it's not like the Raiders flopped. I mean, they didn't make it to where they did last year, but you see the promise in the team, and the defense stepped up, and they got better on defense. And yeah, your weapons weren't working as well as they were last year, but that happens with every team. It takes time to develop, and I think these owners are expecting immediate changes, and that's just not going to happen.
Right.
I mean, look at the Browns. They've been on a change for like 10 years, and it just doesn't work that way. You can't just always get that spark. Dak was on, he was the next best thing last year, and now everyone's questioning what he did. It takes time, and I think they did him wrong.
I agree too, bro. I mean, of course, I love Del Rio from him being here from the Cowboys and stuff like that, but I mean, I think they could have handled it better in the way that they were just pursuing Gruden with like no shame, and I mean, not only that, but like the Rooney Rule is something that you got to think about, but there was no like regard for that. They may have brought somebody in just, to showcase or to abide by the rules or what have you, but you knew Gruden was that guy, and that you knew that's what they were doing is very public about that.
Yeah.
Del Rio.
And when he was talking on the air last night during the game, you could tell that he wasn't comfortable talking about it either, because he's like, well, it's not time to talk about the Raiders, but, this is what – so he couldn't even bring it up to himself to talk about how the Raiders did this year, because he knew that it's an uncomfortable position for everybody. Yeah.
Man.
So I don't know, man. Too bad Manny's not here. I don't know if you had this one written down, but Manny, I hear your boy's coming back to Cincy. I heard
Marvin Lewis
is still on the fence.
I mean, I see some teams are making some moves, but then there are some questionable things like the Cowboys and Marvin Lewis. He gets a 2-year extension. I don't know. I don't know,
man. Bro. What happened there, bro?
The Bengals definitely went down.
I guess they saw everyone getting scooped up. I don't know. There's coaches available.
He's like the second longest tenured coach. Yeah. So I mean, there may be the familiarity factor that they have going on over there.
Yeah, but do you want to keep on with that whole I can't get to the playoff? I don't get it either.
I don't get it, bro.
Obviously, he's checked out, and like a lot of guys say, once you check out, you question it, then you're out.
Yeah.
Once you question, you coming back. Most ways of thinking is that you're done. You don't have the heart in anymore. Yeah. I just don't think that's the right move on Cincy's part either. Yeah. And, I think they could use a change. Now we have to come back and hear Manny complain some more.
Yeah, I know Manny was definitely in favor of firing Marvin Lewis, because, I mean, the whole season was disappointing. I mean, you got those weapons, too. You have solid defense. Like, they should be able to do more in a week. I mean, the Steelers are good, but in the rest of the division's pretty bad. So I think they should be able to do that. Be able to make some damage. There's another head-scratching move. Jim Caldwell got fired from Detroit. He was 9-7. I mean, Detroit hasn't won a playoff game since '91, as we discussed earlier. In our podcast and stuff like that, they haven't won anything. The expectations aren't there, but they really weren't that bad. You know what I mean?
No, they weren't.
Jason Garrett was also 9-7. So I mean, they didn't have a losing season. It may have been a disappointing season, but I mean, there's not a lot of coaches out there, Detroit Lions, so I don't know exactly what y'all are expecting, but that was kind of one of those moves that everybody across the league was kind of like, damn, give them a chance. So I don't know about that.
I don't get that move either.
I know John Fox is out in Chicago.
He's done.
So there's been a lot of different things, and Bruce Arians retired from the Cardinals, so there's going to be a lot of coaching vacancies.
Hey, Bruce. Bruce, let me holler at you, man.
Right? He's a good coach.
Hey, man, you want to come?
He's been in there a long time.
We could use you in the front office. Yeah,
he's
man.
a legend, bro. He's an NFL lifer. Like, he's a legend. New York Giants still have a question mark there at the vacancy, so there's gonna be a lot of movement, and we'll try to keep y'all updated and keep talking about it. Everybody wants to talk about it.
I need the Cowboys office to make some calls to Bruce and Todd Haley.
Yeah, so
let's make some changes.
It would be a tough market. Yeah, Todd Haley is out there. He's gonna go somewhere. He's gonna get paid. Teams, if he doesn't become a head coach.
I hear the rumors is that Arizona's trying to get him as a head coach.
He should be a head coach.
He should. But I say we lock that fool up as an offensive coordinator in Dallas and just pay him big bucks.
How nice would that be to maybe put Dez, in our head position with Todd Haley, maybe open up some things for him as he has done with Antonio Brown. I know Dez is not Antonio Brown, but I also know that
But Todd Haley has an offense that can just create.
He has the mind. Yeah, I mean, look at Juju. Look at all these other secondary receivers that have produced. Martavis Bryant. Like, man, yeah, you can go back a long way. So he's been doing well with their offense. And Le'Veon Bell, as you mentioned before the show, is comparable to Zeke. Like, man.
You got a decent back in the backfield.
That can catch.
Yeah,
bro.
I'm just saying.
Zeke's not catching enough. Like, we haven't used him enough in that way to me at all. Like, he can catch, and we need to use that.
And that would be if he leaves on a sour note, it'd be so just poetic justice to come to the Cowboys and tie up another ring, so that we can throw in the Steelers' face. There's
nice,
but then we could talk about our local boys.
Let's talk about
man. I don't know what's going on over here.
Is it too soon?
Okay, so not a big move. Rich Bisaccia as the special teams. Our special teams are actually pretty good.
Got better.
It's gotten better. They're actually doing good. Good kicking. I know. Dan Bailey had some mishaps at the end.
Yeah. Is Dan Bailey done?
I don't know, man.
I hope not. I hope he's not on that Vanderjack stuff. I hope
it's just. Yeah, he didn't. Maybe he came back too quick. Mental.
Yeah, I'm a little worried about Dan Bailey. I know for sure we need to have some open competition.
We do.
We need to start kicking.
Let's go. Let's get this money.
I
would look good in blue and silver, man. I think I would do it.
Yeah, you would.
Yeah, but I would look like a midget dud out there. But
dude, no, we do need some serious competition for Bailey, just to make sure it's not a mental thing. Because he missed a lot,
and towards the end it was bad, man.
Extra points, that was unheard of for him. He was Mr. Automatic for many years. We've been spoiled. I hope it's not coming to an end. Hopefully, it's just.
I think he'll be all right. I think he'll bounce. I think he came back too early. Maybe he just, he wasn't right when he first started kicking when he came back, and I think that just carried over. And then he questioned himself: is he ready? Is he not? And that's a lot of pressure, man. I was nervous for the kids kicking in the college games. Like that's nerve wracking. I think you have one job, it's to kick the ball, but man, that pressure's on like that. It's either make it or break it. I can see how they struggle, but. Yeah. Bisaccia is supposed to be leaving. He's got 2 years on his contract left, and they're saying that they're going to let him opt out, and he's most likely to join Gruden in Oakland. So
as a special teams?
As special teams coach, yeah.
Okay.
So I don't know.
I mean, yeah.
Now, what I don't want to talk about, I don't get this. Wade Wilson's not coming back.
Okay.
And guess who we're getting?
Who's that?
Who's retiring and coming back? Kellen Moore. Why the hell are we still talking about Kellen Moore with the Cowboys organization?
So Kellen Moore is going to be the quarterback's coach.
The quarterback.
The quarterback we all hate, right?
The quarterback we can't stand. Yeah.
It's going to be the quarterback.
The quarterback that we claim can't throw.
Right.
The quarterback that couldn't hack it and was a backup for 5 years as a coach.
Yeah, we'll see how that goes.
A quarterback coach. He's coaching the guy that beat him for his job.
Yeah.
What does that tell you? We couldn't get Romo to be a quarterback coach or offensive coordinator, guys?
Yeah.
Come on, man.
And it's not like Dak. It's not like Dak is improving big time. I mean, that may be part of why Wilson is going, but man, is Kellen Moore the guy to guide him to to progress and to be a better quarterback? That's not the guy,
dude. Who does he know? Who does he owe money to, or who owes him money? What is going on? Like, I get it. He's the offensive coordinator's boy and all that, man. He played with them in Detroit, but still, they're out of everybody that is available to be a quarterback coach or is comparable to know that position, you get Kellen Moore. Can't throw 10 yards, Kellen Moore.
Yeah.
I don't get it, man.
For sure. And Jeff is saying we're going to have the Sports Cave Kicker tryouts. Yeah, man.
Yeah, man. Let's come out. We're going to get the camera out. There's got to be a field around here somewhere. We might just have it just to have it.
Might have to hit up Austin Academy.
Yeah, Austin Academy's got a really good field, home turf advantage for us.
We need some young kids to chase the ball down the hill, but it's all good, bro.
That'll be. We won't get hit by the pressure. That's home field advantage for us, and we've tried to kick it before, but we should do that. We should see and then send the film into the Cowboys, man. Let's see what's up.
Manny's got some points on record for Garland High School.
There you go,
also,
man.
So
there you go, Manny. We got kickers in the camp.
Yeah, we got kickers on the squad, bro. So
yeah, we good.
We're gonna see what's up, man. Whoever wins our competition goes in.
They go into tryouts. They're like, who is this guy?
Yeah, that's a good.
Hey, we
idea.
should do that.
Great minds think alike. Guys.
That'd be great. That'd be some great advertising, man. Go in there with our Sports Cave clothes on,
right on.
A jumpsuit. Joe Baker, secondary coach, is not coming back. Secondary started to step up.
By Felicia, I say.
Yeah, so. I don't really care.
I mean, we got a young secondary.
And they're moldable.
The expectations weren't going to be real high with the young secondary, but yeah, bro. Like, they haven't been good for a long time.
Doesn't faze me too much about that move.
Yeah.
The offensive line coach, Frank Pollock, is questionable. He may not come back. I know the offensive line is probably not big of a deal, but the way our line has been playing has been solid. This year was a down year.
Yeah, Tyron Smith being hurt is a big deal. That's something that we're gonna have to address.
We definitely need to find someone that can, get the guys ready that are, to step up.
Yeah. Man. There's a big gap in our offensive line. There's guys like Tyron Smith, Zach Martin, and then you got Travis Frederick. Those type of guys, and then the guys that we have as backups and their scrubs are like, it's a big drop off.
You can't. So. That's the one comparison why I don't like comparing this line to the Great Wall of Dallas, because those guys, anybody that would come in was ready to just run you over. It didn't matter. They drafted really well, and everybody was ready to go. And everybody that came in, third down, whatever it was, long snaps, especially them linemen were ready to just pancake you, man. That's the only difference, is there was no drop off.
Yeah,
doesn't matter.
Definitely not.
That's how you wear the other teams down, and that's why Emmett just ran over everybody.
Yeah, we had a good year or two with Murray in the back. But
that's about
over.
it.
Yeah, it's over. We're up there, one of the top.
That's a good change,
lines,
I think.
We're gonna need to make some moves, man.
Wide receivers coach Derek Dooley's not coming back. I know him and Dez probably aren't the best of friends anyway. So
is Dez best of friends with anyone though?
I don't think so. Right. I think if Dez gets that chance to get paid, he definitely said he's not taking a pay cut. Can I blame him? No.
Big storyline, yeah. But we know how hard he fought to get his contract, so it's gonna be tough. And there's a lot of big question marks about him and his contract, and are they going to be able to cut him, or if that's even going to be an option? And who do you replace Dez with?
Yeah, that's one thing. It's a tough decision, man. Do we cut him, or do we not sign him and let him go somewhere else, and then probably use him against us? Or I think you need to. I think you need to keep him. I don't know.
Yeah, for now, until you have a better option.
Keep him. Unless Megatron's coming back from retirement.
We'll see. In June 1st, the cap will change and fluctuate, and it may take less money against us. So that may be something to keep an eye out. Yeah,
we got to sign a lot of dudes this year, man.
Yeah, we really do.
Now I just threw this in here because I know it was a big thing that we didn't talk about too much. But
I love this. Yeah.
Earl Thomas, he said, "Come get me, Coach Garrett." Should we?
After they beat us, he goes to the.
He runs all the way into the.
Yeah, he goes to the Cowboys locker room and says, "Hey, Coach, if I'm available and you'll have the chance, I'm gonna be available. Come get me." That's pretty awesome.
That lets you know how much this organization is respected, and I love Earl Thomas. Just seeing, I think if I were to see him in some blue and silver, bro, oh man,
you're talking about one of the, if not the heart, one of the main leaders of the Legion of Boom, one of the best defenses. And in the modern history,
and then with this younger core that we have in the backfield, man, he could only just improve us and coach these guys up.
I got chills.
You got chills.
I got chills.
No lie. I just see his hair.
Earl Thomas, in a Cowboys uniform. I wish it would happen. I don't know if it'll happen. I know he took a lot of slack for it.
Yeah, man.
It's not the best move. It's not the.
But he's got to watch out for his paper too, man. I can't really
blame him, bro. It says a lot. He knows there's a need there. Everybody knows there's a need there. We got a young secondary. They're okay. It's gonna take time.
And while the Seahawks are great now, this is a historic franchise, man. Some people's dreams are to be on this team, and for Earl Thomas to come say that to me, that's like, whoa, okay, he's serious too.
It may be a sign of them too. I mean, they've had a lot of conflict. They're just one of those groups and units that they're always fighting, but they made stuff happen. But then when stuff doesn't go their way, and stuff like this happens. So it's tough. There's a lot of fighting amongst themselves. Like, I mean, they look like they want to fight their own defensive coaches and their own team. So it's a lot. I mean, there's a lot of emotion in there, but he's definitely one of those guys that's a difference maker. And if he can be a part of the secondary, that would definitely help change.
Oh, man. Let's go ahead and start the hashtag. Earl Thomas to Dallas.
Jeff is down with it, too.
Let's get that Dallas dude. Cowboys. Let's get this guy.
Like, as a Cowboys fan, it makes you smile. Like, you're like, damn. Like,
people want to come here.
He want to come to this mess over here.
Yeah, and he knew. It's not like he doesn't know what's going on in Dallas. He just, they'll just
everybody
whoop our
knows.
Ass.
Yeah, you don't have to be a football fan to know what's going on with the Cowboys.
And so after they just destroyed us, he comes to the locker. He runs all the way across the stadium and goes to the locker room and is like, "Hey, coach," he directly to Garrett, knowing that he can get that message to Jerry. Come get me.
Yeah, I love that.
Now I know the Seahawk fans are probably pissed off. Hey, you know what? If y'all want to write him off, we'll take him.
Right,
easy,
for sure,
scoop
all
up
day long. Yeah, and Manny earlier was saying that the Cowboys just want to keep losing by the moves that they're making, and I don't think we're the only ones. Manny, I know you're not the only one. There's a lot of Cowboys fans that are frustrated.
Like, what are y'all doing?
Like, what the hell are we doing? Why aren't we making any moves to do anything better? It's frustrating, man. I know, like myself, I haven't gone to the games in at least a year or two, and I don't plan on going anytime soon. Of course, I'm going to watch every week, and I'm still a Cowboys fan, but the product that they're putting on the field isn't what
it's not worth my $200 for a ticket.
It's not worth $200 a ticket. It's not. I mean, then you're not going to go by yourself, so you're talking another
parking's
$100 a park. Yeah, it's going to take
pricey.
a toll, man. It's going to take a toll on the real fans out there. So
that's sad when more of your guys that are yelling are outside than on the inside, and I get it. That's a whole different topic. But if you were to do something dynamic and bring some players that we are excited to see, and some coaches that are making things like every other team is doing moves that are like, wow, okay, we'd come in and watch the game.
Yeah, and I hear you. And Jeff also was saying that, even if you were to bring Earl Thomas in, we still have that old school defensive coordinator, no blitzing, no nothing like that, no adjusting. He just does what he does. I don't know. I mean, I know Mino is saying we got to keep Rob Marinelli. To me, I would just let them all go and start off fresh just because that's how I am. I'm pissed off. They don't call me Young Jimmy Johnson for no reason.
Yeah, man.
I'm not patient for crap. I hate this stuff. Like, I understand. Like, they've been doing okay with what they have.
I think on that note, to piggyback off that, if they were to get someone like Earl Thomas, and this is just all speculation. Theoretically, if they were to get him, I think he's got that power to say, look, man, we got to do something different. He has that ability. And he also is a solid, you really can't trust these new guys because they're still young and they're still learning, and they make one mistake, they're getting burnt big time. But when you got a veteran out there that can lead these guys, maybe that can influence to do a little bit different. Now that's just, we're going to different levels on that, but it's true.
That's true. And the secondary, though, for sure. I mean, Lee has his stuff when he's able to play.
Linebacker, first draft pick, bro.
Linebacker there.
We need somebody.
I mean, yeah, we're also going to need, because we can't depend on him.
We can't depend on him.
And if Hitchens goes, which he's a free agent, you're
Jalen Smith is
you're looking at Jalen Smith, right? So, I don't know, bro.
So, don't.
We need some leadership back there.
We need somebody in there.
Guys. Byron Jones, I don't think he's that dude either. Like, I think we're going to have to address safety also. And
it's not
if you listen to Dallas radio, sports radio, a lot of times, they're talking about the players that we've been picking in the draft. Also, we're getting a lot of like Swiss Army knife type of players in the secondary. Oh, he can play safety and he can play cornerback, but they're not defined. They're not defined. Can he play safety? Can he play cornerback? He can. Maybe he can do this. Maybe he can do that. We need those guys that for
lock
sure.
Down.
Yeah, that's their position. That's what they're going to play. They're going to lock it down. They're going to hold it down. So we need those type of guys. What's up, little Manny? He's out there saying that clean house, fire them all.
Yeah.
He's in the same boat I am. So
we need to change.
I'm in the same thing, bro. I
8-8, 9-7.
Like,
these ain't.
We've seen mediocrity for a few years already. Like we had one good year.
That defines the era of Garrett. Just mediocre. The process.
If you look at his record, the
chewing gum, bro. Come
Captain
on,
Clap.
Yeah, we need to get rid of that, bro. Who claps when their team is losing?
We're
I'd be
not the
mad.
only ones. I'm glad I'm not the only one.
Nah, man.
Just be done with all these.
I think we do need to get players. Now, on that note, draft picks. Will McClay, who's been responsible for some of these draft picks,
right?
The Fredericks and all that.
And not taking Menzel.
And not taking Menzel. He has made some wise decisions. And I know we missed out on a few players, but we got some other ones that we thought were going to be better. But Houston's pursuing him to be a GM.
Okay. What is a GM?
Well, in Dallas we don't have one. It's a general,
right.
a
general manager. Okay, so Dallas doesn't have one at all, right?
Well, we do have one. His name is Jerry Jones.
Oh.
So let go of the reins, Jerry.
Right. Who said he would have fired himself like 10 years ago?
Yeah, you've been saying that, bro. You make many. You got plenty of money, bro. You can pay someone else to do your job for you. Sit on your ass.
It's gonna be tough.
Yeah, but Will McClay, I think he has made some decent moves and some decent draft, and he has talked Jerry out of some stupid things like getting Manziel.
Yeah.
But the Cowboys said they're willing to pay him GM type money for him not to go to Houston.
That'll be interesting.
So that'd be interesting. But
that'll be interesting because for me as a man and as a man and just I don't know Will McClay from anybody else. I think he should go. I think he should go and just say, you know what, it's been real over here in Dallas, but I have the opportunity to be a GM and have that title, and titles are everything in business and in the NFL and anything like that. I think he should go.
Yeah, see, the Cowboys are only offering him the money.
Right, he's never going to get that title.
Yeah.
And he may not have that many chances to do that. Let's say the Cowboys suck in the next couple of years.
Yeah.
He might not have the chance to go to a team like Houston, who may be just a couple pieces away from being a champion.
I will retract. I don't know if Houston's pursuing him for a GM or for something else, but I think it is GM.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But anything
but they're talking to a bunch of people, and he just happens to be the Cowboys representative.
Usually when one coach or executive goes from one place to another, there has to be some type of raise
same way as there,
or in title. You know,
he's not going to come down to coach.
Some step up. Right. He's not going to go take a step back. So as a man, I think he should go. If I was him, I'd be like, you know what? I did what I came to do, and we did okay. And
on that note, as a Cowboys fan, we could have been stuck with Money Manziel. I don't know. They're willing to drop money on him. He has a lot of influence. I know he's had some good draft picks, but we also couldn't get other picks, and that's probably partially fault of Jerry not wanting that pick or wanting control. Yeah. I know with Steven
like Hardy and Taco Charlton.
I know Steven has tried to make some moves too that he gets overturned, but Jerry just got. I think the main problem, and as much as I defended Jerry as a GM in the long run, he's got to go as a GM. Like, you need a true GM or a coach that has that influence, like Jimmy Johnson. I think Flo said it last week. He said, "Why don't we bring Jimmy back? Why don't we? Why did we? Why did you let a good thing go? Your ego gets in the way."
Wishful thinking. Man.
Yeah. So I don't know.
That type of dude, man. We need somebody that will go in and tell you what he wants and tell you the type of players that he wants. But I don't know.
That's not going to happen.
That may not happen, and that's probably, when it comes down to it, that's probably the reason that we're stuck with Garrett and.
He's a yes man. Okay, so. I'll do it. It's a process. Every answer. Man. You know what, guys? I can sum up Garrett's spring training conferences, his after game right now for next year. It's a process. That's all he's gonna say. So you heard it here first. All of Jason Garrett's press conferences answers are, you heard it here on the Sports Cave on the first episode of the year. It's a process. That's all you're gonna get out of that. He's if anyone's vanilla, it's Jason Garrett.
Yeah.
Now let's see what happens. I don't know. Hopefully Jerry's like, you know what? I got to get my money too. Let's see what happens.
We got that 19 pick to think about all.
Ooh, yay! It's got to be a linebacker, I think.
And in retrospect, I kind of wish we would have lost to Philly. I don't know about other Cowboys fans, but I mean, a 6-0
6-0 loss. To me, nothing means nothing.
Had a couple picks better, but we'll see.
I would have taken the loss for a better pick too. But speaking of turmoils, as we're facing here in Dallas, the honeymoon, is it over in New England? I hear there's a lot of problems over there.
I know, man.
There's a whole Brady.
There's a lot of petty stuff coming out about Tom Brady.
A lot.
If you didn't hate Brady already, like, if you've read anything else, like, I mean, they're saying that he's locking Jimmy G out of his rehab center.
That's crazy, man.
Like, locking the doors, like, we're not home right now type of stuff, dude.
That's some girl stuff, Brady. Put your dress on, boy.
Come on, dude.
Like, and that's Garoppolo coming in after he had a shoulder injury.
He's the heir apparent. Like, he's supposed to be the next dude. Like, if you really care about the Patriots, like, you act like you care about the Patriots, then you should be, open doors. Training whoever you can.
Yeah.
I mean, I understand, this is a young dude. He's trying to take your job, and they're trying to, like, push you, kind of, or steer you on the way out. I mean, but, bro, you're 40 years old.
You're 40 years old, bro. You can't play forever, bro.
Come on, man.
You got other things you can do.
There's a lot of petty stuff coming out, and him and Belichick
I can't believe they locked the doors, bro.
Like,
to me, that was like, really, that fool was knocking on the door. We're not gonna
to go get some rehab work done. Yeah, and I mean, Brady had his own trainer, and there were some issues with Belichick and their philosophies.
The whole coaching staff, is mad.
Yeah, so they didn't like his practices, and Brady was throwing fits about that also.
And Brady was also throwing fits because players wouldn't go to his his training facilities to train with him and go to the Patriots training. And coaches were upset because the players aren't coming in. So when Edelman went down, that came out like the players don't know who to, do I go train with Brady so he can throw the ball to me, or do I stay here with the coaching staff so they don't get mad at me and cut me?
That's conflict.
So that's
man.
conflict of interest,
at any work,
man. Yeah.
at any job, if you have something like that going on, it's not going to work, and it's going to take its toll on everybody, and it makes the locker room divisive. So that's not a good look, man. And Jimmy G is also like killing it. Also,
yeah, bro.
It's not helping the whole Patriots cause. I'm sure every touchdown he was throwing and game he was winning, is making that regret come out. Yeah, it's adding insult to injury. So he's looking good, and the Patriots are looking pretty dumb right now. If anything, I mean, from everything that they've been dealing with and letting Brady, be on that pedestal and making everybody address him as sir and getting mad if
I wish
he's on some diva stuff. So
yeah, that's
I'm not sure how long.
If y'all were complaining about T.O. being cancer in the locker room, that sounds more to me like y'all have other issues when your main dude is supposed to be your captain and your go-to, your franchise is acting like